actually start this meeting now.
Okay.
Hang on, it's going. Okay, all good.
Let's call to order this historic district meeting, May 22nd at 6:09 p.m.
Minutes.
Right, we'll go ahead and review the minute. Everybody's reviewed them, right?
Yeah, so 5:26.
Yes, I did.
11:21. Sorry, 5:26:20,
And then,
11:21:23, and 3:13:23.
okay,
So I would make a motion to approve those 3 sets of minutes.
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye. Jane, aye.
No, because we're all here.
Okay,
I think there's some question about hybrid too, but town council said just do it anyway.
well, we don't have
Meeting
Jane.
access, so,
Janice isn't here, right?
yeah, she's usually the one that calls in. I will post those. So I think,
I guess we can just jump right into reviewing the new applications. We can start with, do you want to start with 13 Main Street?
I would skip 13 because I think Jackie's gonna join us.
Okay. All right, let's go to 16 Maple Street, the awning for the deck.
16 Maple Street, she sent in an application, it was too late to post a hearing, but I figured we should talk about it. I think it's right on the line of technically being visible from the public way, it's on the side of the house.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I think we could probably, so this is the side. Let me see. if-
So where she has her umbrella.
Yeah, there's, oh, here's it. Is this the better picture? I meant to walk over there and take, so see, did this share? Like, that's almost standing on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Well,
it's behind the house, really.
Yeah, because it kind of bumps in like that.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
doesn't that come under, I remember quite a few years, well, a couple of years ago anyway, someone was complaining that, a man put up a basketball hoop. And, the guy who was in charge, this was in Amherst, I think, the man that was in charge of the historic district commission said, and I think this falls under that category.
I think we
I
usually,
mean,
this is not really applicable in my opinion.
I don't think it is either, because.
It's like she has an umbrella there now anyway.
Right, and it's gonna come down in
Umbrella.
winter, right?
Yeah,
See, I would argue it falls, well, let me read it again, I thought it was a permanent architectural structure. I mean, either way, I think
I mean, it
I think we
is,
can-
because it's fixed,
motorized attractive awnings.
it's fixed to her house.
Yeah,
However, I don't think it's going to be visible enough for it to be applicable.
yeah, so I think the question is, are we saying it's not applicable, or are we saying it will issue certificate of appropriateness and waive the requirement for a hearing? Is it not an exterior
All right,
architectural
so-
feature, it's temporary? Yes, right?
I mean, you screw it in, I suppose.
It is,
so-
but it's not gonna be out all the time probably, if it's like ours.
Right, it retracts back, but it's
Right.
still there,
Yeah.
but it's not,
But it's removed, it's not like she was changed.
That might be
it's
Janice.
removable like a TV on a wall.
Yeah.
It's removable, but you still have to patch it and probably patch holes afterwards, but is it going to damage the home in any way? No.
It's probably something we need to add to a future.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, add that to the list, but I mean, I'm with you, I think it's,
So we could just issue, I don't know, what do you think?
so so that, it sounds like we're saying it would be a certificate of non-applicability.
Yes.
We think it's a temporary structure. I mean, storm windows, doors, screening is all exempt. Temporary structures are exempt.
I wonder if it's a temporary structure.
You know, says
I don't know what's,
with the conditions fine, which I don't know if we really ever dove into that.
right? I feel like it's temporary in that it's not damaging to the structure, and it could be easily removed.
Yeah, it's not like they're building a covered porch.
Yeah.
Recently, temporary here?
No, I ran out of my office. I ran on my computer. I don't have a notebook, I don't have.
For the purposes of guidelines,
It's okay. Hey, you're ready, take notes, oh, good.
well, remaining in place or in use for less than 6 months.
It really is.
But that kind of, just like you're saying, it's retractable.
Right.
It doesn't come off, it just retracts in, it's like.
Yeah.
So, but all
Blunt.
this. I'm gonna just start.
The open houses get long.
Yeah, because it just stays rolled up.
Start a new document, so start taking notes.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to do?
Does
Define.
Does Janice be sort of flashing?
Oh, it's because she's making notes.
Oh,
I think we just need to define what is temporary structure, maybe more.
I'll add, I'm just gonna, I'll type it in the draft guidelines, so then next time we review them, you'll remember. I thought it was typically not applicability.
Okay.
Fish to fry, something like
So
this.
we make it.
I have one question. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
if someone comes forward in the district and they want to put awnings all over the front of their house, they might come back and say, you said it was fine and that their awning's not applicable. So why can't I put 14 awnings on the front windows of my house?
I think in this case, at least for me, I think it's because it's not really visible from the public.
Okay,
Let me show you a picture and see. So that's kind of standing, I think, on the corner of the yard. So that road on the left, that's the private post office. I think the deck is behind this building where my mouse is.
yeah. That's a private drive right
So the
there.
public way
Is Maple
is,
Street.
is
It's
Maple
not the post office way
you
there.
know, I think if you were gonna put a big awning on the smack front of your house, that's a different discussion.
Okay,
Just for me,
yeah, so I just wanted to just run that by you guys, but yeah, I don't know if being non-applicable. Do we vote on that or?
yeah, I think we should vote to issue certificate.
I move to, Paul six, the awning for the deck at 16 Maple Street, non.
I second, so.
And I think it might be worth noting, well, either Jane should abstain or invoke the rule of necessity since you're technically a butter.
I am.
At Maple Street?
I believe Low something that's close enough to that.
He's there across the street. If you're across
Yeah,
the
it's
street,
looking-
does that make you in a butter?
Well, if you're across the street, you're in butter, but if you're next to the
Our
house
rules-
across the street, you are not.
Our rules are within a radius, that's what we use though.
An abutter to an abutter is on the same side,
Okay,
Oh,
but
so-
it does.
So maybe you're not, I don't know,
anybody-
maybe you're not then.
but she might be because she's
Yeah,
across the
where's-
street.
Don't you own the, oh, no, tenants.
Yeah.
The red building?
Then forget
The red building though, across the street.
Yeah, we don't.
Danny's
know that.
Variety.
it. Yeah, but
Oh,
that's,
you don't.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
Danny's,
But
I don't know, whatever you call
but
it.
that's one Maple Street. 16 would be further.
But it's so long, so I just didn't know if that was across.
I don't know, we notify everybody
All
within
right,
100 feet.
so then, oh, it's just within 100 feet.
I don't know.
I definitely sent.
Which
you.
house
But
is
Doesn't
it?
matter,
Is
just
it the
vote.
one right
Yeah.
beside the post office? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like
It's like-
the little house
Okay.
when you're driving down.
Bluish
side
Well,
streets right
probably we are abutters because we own the house right across the street too, not
Okay.
just the block.
So there you have it. So does she abstain?
I don't, it's up to you, nobody's gonna, I don't think anyone's gonna.
Well, I mean,
Fix
The
it.
answers.
Janice can vote,
Yeah.
so I can abstain.
All right, let's do that. So, start over. Or she's
You
abstaining.
want me to make a?
Yeah. Yeah. Make a motion to.
I do.
So,
You know what I'll
Okay.
do, next time I'll print.
Normally I have, no, normally I'm prepared, well, barely I wasn't last time. I forgot.
all right, so then who,
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we issue a certificate of non-applicability to 16 Maple Street for an awning for the deck.
I second that.
Okay, so then,
All
all in favor? Janice?
Hello?
Hi.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
No, I couldn't.
You're gonna have to yell at the thing that audio is not working. Like,
Are you,
no,
are you using the microphone?
Oh, it's Mike.
no, it's,
Usually that works.
tabletop mics aren't working. It's screwed up, and like, the only way to fix it is to reboot it.
We're talking about the awning at 16 Maple. We're saying that because it's not really visible from the street, we're calling it not applicable. So if you,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so if
Sounds
you
good.
that, okay. So all those in favor?
Thank you. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right.
And then, so Kathy's here, but maybe we just want to do 15 real quick.
All right, let's do 15 Hastings Street. Paint, siding repairs, and ADA work.
And maybe, Jane, are you able to explain what the,
Yes, the paint is peeling on the pillars and the doors, which are wood. The rest is all vinyl siding. So basically, and there are a few repairs, mostly in the back. So it's not going to change. We're just doing that. And also, the front step it's very high going from the step up into the house.
Okay.
And some people who don't really need handicap access still want to go in that way. So we just wanted to put a bar so they could help pull themselves
Make
up.
it more ADA.
And yes, and also make that step a little higher.
Okay, so changing the rise on the
Yes,
steps.
change
And
the
adding
rise.
a railing.
Well, it's not really railing, it's a
A handle.
yeah.
I think
All
it's again, non-applicable.
right. Right.
I don't see, and then this one, I think, are you still the president of the society?
Me? No, I'm the secretary.
Okay, so this one you probably should have stayed.
I'm vice president.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you should invoke the rule of necessity that if you were not to abstain, you no longer have quorum. And it's a public nonprofit, it's not like a private house, so it's not like your own personal gain.
Right.
And it's nothing that's really been,
So, I don't know, I just,
so do we, we invoke the rule of
I
necessity?
have to involve the rule of necessity.
I would just document it in the minutes, we'll just say that you guys voted on it, but we had no choice, we wouldn't have had a quorum otherwise,
So it's not applicable.
but it's not applicable, so. And it's clearly, it's paint, we don't regulate the color of paint, it's repair, we don't regulate repair.
No.
A grab bar for ADA access, I don't think we intend to regulate that.
That's like regulating a doorbell.
Right. So, but I think it's smart that the society, I guess, leads by example and just applies for a permit for everything they're doing, so there's no question.
Yep.
I think that's a smart.
And actually, two of the doors that are going to be painted aren't even visible because they're on the side of the buildings. And one of them is way up in the backs.
Are we all set, or do we still have to make a motion?
Yeah, we had a vote on that.
All right, I make a motion.
Dan has to.
Someone
I'll move.
still can't,
Moved.
get the rules down.
This is it's gonna feed that.
Janice, can you second it? Janice,
Oops, what?
can you second the non-applicability for 15 Hastings Street?
Yes, I second it.
Need a second. All right, is it better? See if you
Yeah,
can hear us
that's
better with
better.
this, Janice.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's
So-
better. Yeah, whatever you did was better now. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes,
Aye.
Aye.
Well, we're non-applicable.
Yeah.
Well, you're still voting.
Oh, okay. So I
It's a
didn't-
rule of necessity.
Right.
Very cool. All right, and then,
All right, and then that's Kathy. Apparently that's,
all right, so Kathy is
Sign
going
in
to talk
Zach.
about 13 Main Street. She's gonna do some repairs and structural work.
so this is the record room. Hopefully, I see you.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, can you see my
Hooray.
picture or no?
Yeah, we can, no camera, but we can hear you.
I don't get why my camera won't come on.
It's Teams. You probably would need to reboot and I wouldn't try it. It'll take,
Yeah, probably not a good idea. So, thank you for, letting us present tonight. Oh my God. I'm sorry, the dog is a squeaky boy and I have no backup tonight. No. All right, I'm gonna move to another room.
Oh, it was a dog with the squeaky toy, she said.
Oh. It's terrible. Oh, no, now she's following me.
Thank you.
All right, so I sent over the documents that we had prepared for the MPPF grant. We got a call from Paul Holtz, who explained that we will not be, they do not fund any additions on the records room. So basically what we're looking at in this round of work is to have the structural work done on the building. The only thing that will be visible from the roadside will be a handicap ramp going to the front door. And then because we would like to see this project move forward into the next steps, we'd like to get some feedback on what you think about the design on adding the bathroom to the back.
Right, there we go.
Will you be able to add the bathroom to the back if they're not providing any funding for the addition?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna go back to CPA and see if we can get that part of the project done.
Okay.
At a later date. Paul Holtz did ask why we selected clapboard instead of brick for the exterior of that bump out. As it stands, it's more economical, basically, and it's not something that's unusual to older buildings that an extension was put on and it
But-
was finished in clapboard.
Kathy,
Yeah,
don't the Secretary of the Interior's own standards say that you're supposed to set apart the new versus the old? So like, would they not want this to be done in brick to match what's there?
right.
Like we're
right.
doing,
So,
they recommend, I thought.
yeah, I'm not sure why Paul was questioning Armando about that, but
I mean, we could, you know what though, we could price that out because that'll be a phase 2, it sounds like. And I think that my suggestion here is just to bring this to the, have the district talk about the addition if they're okay with it. I mean, if that's a total deal breaker, then maybe that's something to go back to the town and say, we got to pony up the money for something
The only,
different.
I mean, I'm obviously fine with the repairs and structural work that needs to happen to the building. I mean, it needs it, right?
Yeah.
My question with the bathroom addition in the pictures, it doesn't look like there's any windows. And I don't like that.
there should be a window.
Let me look on the plans.
Does he have an elevation plan, Dan? I'm not sure.
I'm looking. I don't see any windows proposed for that on any of this design, so that's probably,
You're gonna, I would think you would want
yeah.
at least, or not at least, but like two windows, I think. I think one would be sad and lonely.
I actually think it looks, I mean, I know this is a rendering, I actually think it kind of looks weird without the window.
It looks weird without the windows. It looks like a shed
Like in the
off
back.
of the
Deb,
building.
is that the Secretary of the Interior's language, sad and lonely? You'll have to point it out to me.
Yeah. Definitely get
Um,
that.
You know, all of those things are negotiable. You know, I think we just wanted to get it out in front of you and say, all right, what is your feeling about, how we approach this? I mean, we need your feedback in order to move forward, clearly. And, open to any suggestions. I think a window is definitely something you want to have in the bathroom. I think, we're a little nervous about having to, break into that brick wall in order to make an entrance from inside, but we looked at so many different options that really seemed to be the one that worked the best.
Yeah.
And that's an addition, by the way.
What?
Yeah, the back already
The
is an
back is
addition.
already an addition.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
right. And that is on a slab. That back section where the safes are is on a slab. Who was it? Oh, Dan, refresh my memory. Oh, Barry Iderola suggested that we could do the bathroom.
Oh, the
on a
bathroom
slab.
on a slab as well, so we
Oh,
don't
yeah,
need to
it
excavate
doesn't, it
anymore.
definitely doesn't need a full foundation.
It just needs to be,
Yeah.
insulated and all that.
I mean, ideally, if we can get this building to a place where it can, be functional and can be used by the public and by the town. I mean, that is the objective, but obviously first order business is this water issue.
I
Yeah.
wonder, Kathy, so this is, I don't know if you can see on the back, this is those elevations, looking at the back, this is what's
Oh, yeah.
existing.
Yep.
Maybe he can repurpose this window. Granted, we're gonna have to put frosted glass in it or something, but, because you're
Yeah.
gonna lose this window with the bathroom addition.
Right,
So maybe it can
right.
be put on the bathroom and just frost the glass.
Is that piece there part of the addition or the original
I
building?
think this is the addition.
Okay,
This, like,
that little piece there.
yeah. I
And
think
then that
this-
is original.
Yeah, let me see if it's like, see this?
Yeah.
This was added on.
Okay, gotcha.
But I wonder, maybe there's a way to reuse that, like keep that window, because that's probably an original historic window. That we
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
That's a great,
Armando is very
Thank you, Beth.
sensitive to,
and I would leave the glass and just put a blind in, because if it's the old glass.
Oh, you could do
I would
that.
Take out the,
Well, I wouldn't take the glass, I would just spray it
oh, no,
with the
I
stuff from the inside, and then it'll look frosted.
suppose, that kills me though.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you could put a curtain.
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
a blind, or just-
Whatever.
yeah.
Blind.
that's true.
It is, I see it all the time.
I'm just cheap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spray paint, it's fine.
But yeah, obviously, I'm for any repairs that the building needs.
yeah.
I mean, there's no major changes, the outside is, well, the front is there's gonna be, instead of that walk, you'll have to have a ramp.
So will it be,
But I don't think it'll be a straight ramp.
will it be ADA compliant?
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to
Yeah.
address that. I don't know if he showed
There's probably enough
that on this plan.
distance because.
I think that I measured it once. I think
1
there
inch
is,
for
all the way to
every
the
foot.
sidewalk.
A foot for every inch of drive.
It'll just have to be a little elevated towards the building, but it's already kind of like lower than
Well, they
and the
could,
steps,
they
so.
could make it.
He didn't show the ramp on his layout. don't
I
know,
think
but-
there's plenty of land there.
Do we really have say over whether or not someone wants to make a public building ADA compliant?
I think that's one of those areas that we would, I mean,
I don't know how.
we do have a lot of say, and ultimately the recourse would be to challenge our decision in the courts.
Okay,
But I think it would be pretty crappy to, I would maybe take issue with a big, ugly, temporary, permanent thing that, it's one thing to do
Yeah.
it in an emergency, but for like a building like this is intended to be a future public building maybe.
Yeah.
So you'd want to see whatever done look nice.
Yeah,
And
You
not
know,
only
which-
that, but when we were doing it at the Historical Society, the museum, we had a historic architect come in and he said, because the building is historic, you do not have to adhere strictly
Yeah,
to all those ADA.
there are,
So as
yeah,
long as
Yeah.
there's a ramp that
Yeah.
people can access, that they wouldn't, that a wheelchair could
Yeah.
ostensibly.
I mean,
get up.
actually, so we'll have, at some point, we'll have a related discussion about the building next door. And there is enough room to do a double, like a switchback ramp off the front,
okay.
if that ever were to get proposed.
I have a
But
question
I can't say no to
about the ramp. Are they gonna do poured concrete?
I don't know, it'd be nice, I mean, granted, it'd be expensive, it'd be nice to see something done with
I'm
it.
saying if they're doing the brick,
Pavers or
the brick
brick or-
here, maybe kind of keep that theme going and do something similar.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
I know that the brick sometimes isn't always recommended because it's,
I didn't know it,
isn't perfectly flat.
yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
But what if you did like bluestone, like big bluestone?
Yeah, something other than
Slab,
concrete, I think
yeah.
would be nice.
So it would be nice if there was money in the budget to not have it be concrete, I guess is my only feedback.
Yep. Yep, I agree. I think concrete will look kind of chintzy.
We may have the bricks, because I think there was stuff left over from the stuff they did in the campus, and then they bought other material because it was all part of the bid for
Yeah.
this. So I wonder if, I don't know if it's enough, but feel like he has half a pallet of those bricks left.
This is definitely, you can make it like, up to code, up to 88. It's not like, they could do it.
Yeah,
I
So
don't,
may
I
not-
don't think that,
we should find out like what it would involve, because it may not be a whole huge expense, especially if we've got some of the materials. 'Cause that would be
Right.
nice.
do like, like the border or whatever with.
Well, I think if CPA funding is paying for it,
Right.
The only problem is that part of the budget's already been voted on, so that, I think I think the goal is to do the ramp as part of the grant in phase 1, right, Kathy?
I do believe so, yeah.
okay. Well, could CPA,
You could go back.
go back to
I
CPA
think-
and say we need,
Yeah, we could. The work they're doing under this grant has to be a package,
Okay.
and then
okay.
I didn't know, can you amend the scope?
I think the grant has already been filed and done. and,
Right.
Like, I think we can do more work, I think I mean, what's before us, I think, is just approving what's happening at this building regardless of how it's paid for.
And I guess I have to do necessities.
Yeah.
Again.
Or I have a question. You know how sometimes when you go to,
Maybe I don't.
you go to public buildings and they have brick walkways and people sponsor certain,
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe you
yeah.
could do like a sponsored walk
Yeah.
with local businesses
That's
To
a
help
great
us.
idea.
to help offset the cost of the, walkway.
I
Well, the
think that's
library did it,
awesome.
didn't they? The library sold bricks. What about doing something like that?
Yeah,
And
I
some
would buy
people
one.
do it like in
I would
honor
buy one
of,
for Penniman.
you could do it, you could open it up to the public and to, local businesses. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
And then, cause I don't know what the cost difference would be between the poured concrete walk and the,
well, here, let's see.
brick.
Is
Well,
in
it has to
here?
look historic, so.
Do you have it like cost per square foot?
He has
material?
like a cost estimate, that's what I'm going through, to see if he called out. This doesn't really itemize, cast in place concrete ramp, 15,000 for concrete, so,
15,000 to do
Well,
that walkway?
because it's a public, it's
I think this
a
is, that
municipal
includes,
building and it's, prevailing wage and then 15%, so it's almost 50% more than it
Oh,
would
okay.
ordinarily.
I think this isn't just raw materials, I think it's the labor and everything
Well,
included, because it's an estimate sheet.
Right, I just think for labor, I understand now why labor and
Yeah,
materials are so much more.
It's really,
Yeah.
it's a lot, it's 45% more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking it would be like $7,000, but
Well, it would be if it were.
Yeah.
Well, plus
Not a
everything
municipal
is
building.
expensive now too, but the brick probably wouldn't be, I mean, the brick rate is the labor.
Yes, the labor.
That's the trade-off. But we can ask him to, because there's additional funding too, there's contingency, but like there's some wiggle room here.
Yeah.
You could refresh my mind. You're not stripping the paint off the brick, are you? Or are you gonna leave it painted?
There's no paint
It's
on
bare brick. It's just red brick,
that.
right?
It's the one, the museum is painted, but that
Okay,
is not.
okay.
And
Would the bricks clash with it? Do you know what I mean?
I'm trying to pull up the screen.
Yeah, I need a picture of it, cause
Yeah,
I might
yeah.
know them all.
I don't know. Well, you could do but what we did at the beach with just like a paver material that would just something that looks a tiny bit nicer than concrete,
Yeah,
I think would probably be a worthy investment.
yeah. I think the town should continue that theme with like the public buildings, that's all.
Yeah, well, they're doing this will be redone in brick.
Yes, that's the walkway up here.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
I can't really zoom in much more than that, but that's what you got.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So, but. Yeah, it'd still be cute. I don't think it'll necessarily clash.
I mean, it'd be nice to do all this sidewalk over in brick.
I know.
Because you can see the granite foundation,
Yeah.
the base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would not. And removing paint is very difficult. I mean, the other brick house on Route 16, they power washed, they tried to get the brick, and actually.
I guess,
all the-
wow.
They erode the brick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so now it's got
Brick
vinyl siding over
brick
it.
does not last. It just, moisture just kills it.
Didn't even occur to me that was painted. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't think it is painted.
No, the
No,
other
the
one,
other
the
one.
museum.
Oh, the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The museum is,
Huh. Wonder why they did that.
and so basically.
I always think of both buildings being painted, but yeah, I guess it's brick.
And it's one of 3 brick buildings that are left.
I was hoping someday that they would
What?
take off. Oh, can you hear me?
No,
You
you're
can't
you're very
understand.
hard to understand. It's garbled.
Oh, I was hoping someday that the museum, at least the facade could be returned to brick. And then just leave the sides and the back painted.
Oh, don't.
No,
I wouldn't do that. I think that it would be risky. I
Oh.
really do.
I think that whatever chemicals that you have to put on the brick to strip it would deteriorate, the brick would deteriorate.
yeah,
I just don't think it would withstand it.
Right.
yeah.
I know that other building just, oh, that was a shame. But,
I mean, I guess it's lasted this long, so.
yeah,
This is true.
Sturbridge Village wanted those buildings.
Did they?
Yes. And the town, thankfully, at their request, and they got the bank from Thompson, Connecticut.
Oh.
Small bank.
So just so you're aware, June 14th is when they will be deciding whether or not we get the grant. So if you have any questions or other ideas that you want us to put in front of Armando, let me know and I will pass along that information.
Okay.
Kathy, isn't the grant, don't they award the grants in May? So it should be soon, right?
Yeah, but it's June 14th for some reason. I'm not sure why it's so late.
Okay.
So, I guess then just to recap, we're proposing issuing a certificate of appropriateness, and the conditions would be to keep that rear window to reuse in the bathroom and use brick or other material instead of concrete for the front walkway.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes,
And then otherwise,
no,
no objection.
brick.
Okay. So, because I'm the chair.
I'm not good at this, and I can't do it.
I can't
but Ruth
motion.
can. Make a motion to remove the question.
Okay.
Say, I move,
Oh, yeah.
I move to, give a certificate of
Is it on here?
appropriateness.
It's on here.
All right, okay.
15 painting. Oh, sorry, 213.
All right, I move that we,
Award.
issue a award, yeah,
Or
a
issue.
certificate,
Certificate
issue a
of-
certificate of non-applicability, right?
No, of
I think
appropriateness.
in this
Appropriate,
case.
okay. Appropriateness,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for 13 Main Street for repairs and structural work.
I second that.
All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Is it easier for you to, do you want to sign these? Well, I screwed this up. In person, do you want me to send them to you to sign electronically?
It doesn't matter. If you want to print them right now, I'll just sign
I
them.
can, I mixed them
But
up.
if not, you
So
can,
apparently now the society needs to keep that rear window. Whoops.
Mhm.
I didn't realize I had the wrong one open. Oh, pain in the neck.
all right, so, did everybody say aye? I don't think. so.
Well, I have to do
Aye.
something. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I don't-
so we're all in
Did you
favor.
say?
You got an aye?
Oh, aye.
Okay, I think we're good then.
I'll aye.
All right, so Dan, you'll print those and I'll sign them, or email them and I'll sign them. We can jump to old business.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Bye, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kathy.
See you tomorrow, Kathy.
You bet.
Bye.
So I think we were talking about continuing the historic district down North Ave. You know, and then I think we were talking about signage, but I think we're gonna put the signage on hold until the state went down 16. So in respect to the historic districts,
We are working on the, well, I haven't done much.
I've done a few, but.
Yeah, well, I need another tutorial.
Oh,
Okay,
I just kind of happen upon it, but.
I know, but
Maybe you need to come to my house and do it. That's
anyway,
my mind.
well, we're gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll get my computer. But anyway, we're doing the research on the houses there. They are on Macris, but we will check the,
okay?
Well, I think it's helpful there, so you end up doing most of it, and then we basically just take that and
Right.
recompile it into the study
Right.
report.
Yep.
Um,
I would
because
imagine
we're
it's
doing it
gonna,
anyway.
it's gonna take a little bit of time to put it all together. When does everything need to be submitted to,
So at this point,
not until like May of
I
next
think
year,
if the
right?
target is November,
Oh, is the target this November?
well, I'm just thinking like,
No.
if the target, well, so whenever we target town meeting, sorry, so if that's out, then
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
you're
we're-
talking next town meeting in
No,
May.
Yeah, not with the
Annual.
hearings.
I would
and
say we probably need to have a completed study by January 1st,
everything. Okay.
given all the
Okay.
BS
Oh,
that's
we'll
involved.
do that.
Also, there's some question, our minor change, removing the word color might also get thrown out because we may have need to hold a public hearing and a planning board hearing and all this stuff for that too. We weren't sure, but we'll find out.
What about color?
What?
We removed the word color from one part of the bylaw. That was basically a typo
Wow.
at the last town meeting, and we missed some stuff the last time we changed it. But Ellen submitted it all to the AG's office, but there potentially is process questions, so
Oh,
doesn't really change anything.
okay.
Just means that,
Okay, well, we'll get the information
I don't know.
and, because we
They
need
must
it
scan
anyway.
the documents to see like a difference?
Well, she had to fill out the form, and there's a whole, the question, so you have to go through all that rigmarole if you're amending the bylaw and the district. We're not amending a district, we were just cleaning up language in the bylaw.
Yep.
So we'll find out in
Yeah.
90 days when they come back to
Alright.
us. It was really a formality because
But it's not a big deal. We'll
it was just tried to be a little bit less ambiguous with the language.
Okay,
Um,
alright. So,
I mean,
and I'm
unfortunately-
happy to, well, I'm gonna stop overextending myself because I do that a lot and then I'm so busy right now. But this summer I'm gonna be out. I'm so busy.
Okay.
So but I am happy to help once like softball season and all of that jazz is over with because I'd love to.
Oh, you mean do the research?
Yeah,
No, you don't have to do that.
No, we can do it.
We have 5 of us doing it.
okay,
So, and we're doing it anyway for this
Yeah.
book, and
okay,
that was gonna be our next.
alright. Well, if you ever
So don't-
need
yeah.
me to pull any deeds or do anything, I can do that in 2
Yeah,
seconds,
don't-
it's fine.
Well, we have them all
Oh, that's great.
online.
Yep.
Because Patrice Doucette has done them.
Yep.
So, thank you.
Oh.
I don't know how you do it.
I,
Right, how's your daughter?
she's okay, it's not like it used to be. All laparoscopic and,
Yeah, because I had one when I was in 3rd grade.
yeah,
Would she have to?
you were probably in the hospital for a month.
2 weeks, well, I had a wound.
Do we, do you want to adjourn and then?
Oh, sorry.
Unless there's more, just then we have to record.
Okay, do we have anything else?
We don't, we just have to figure out our next meeting date.
Date.
So I think we're gonna stick with,
If we stick with the third Monday, that would be,
Alright.
well, so that's Juneteenth. So it's technically a town holiday, it's a town holiday now,
no, it's June 12th.
right?
June 12th is Juneteenth.
No, June 19th, 5/12/19.
I guess that was the Friday.
So I don't know if we want to skip
We
a
could
week, although
do,
we have to do a planning then.
Do we meet in the library?
I can't do Monday, the 26th.
We can, we just, the risk is if there's some big thing going on that you all might want to attend, which there probably won't be, but if they have more bylaw hearings or who knows,
Oh, I see.
that's all.
I'm just looking at,
I mean, I don't think, unless there's a project that comes through, but it's helpful to have a date set, so when somebody applies, we can say, this is the next time we can consider your application. That's all.
What about next door in the police station?
Yeah, we can meet over there
That's a
too,
nice
but
meeting room.
would they, but because it's a holiday, do they not want you?
so we are allowed to meet on a holiday. It is highly discouraged, and based on personally, I would do it, but based on what happened with the last historic commission hearings,
Okay,
multiple people were totally like thrown for a loop because,
Some-
well, it's a public holiday. Clearly, they're not, even though we literally sent them a
How
hearing
about
notice.
the week before?
That's fine. we'll have to go somewhere else because of the planning board. So we can do
Right,
the
but
12th.
if we go to the.
Yeah.
Could we go to the police station?
That's all, yeah.
That's a nice meeting room over there.
alright.
And then I don't know if the
June
commission,
15th is fine for me.
Is that June 15th?
12th.
Well,
Oh,
12th.
look at me, I'm looking at May 15th. Well, hold on, let me check now. Yeah, we're good for June 12th.
And we could do 6 or 7. I mean, I don't know what the commission is doing,
I like 6,
so.
you like what?
6
She
o'clock,
likes it.
but,
Oh,
No,
6,
6
never mind.
is, 6 is
okay.
fine.
Looking at the 12th?
You've got the most to skirt around, shall we say.
Alright, there we go.
So we doing the 6th then? Is that, I mean, the 12th?
Yeah,
At
June
6.
12th at 6.
Okay.
Alright, meeting adjourned.